Welcome back, my fellow Chibits. Today, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly Chibit questions. And before I begin answering questions, I just want to say, I hope all of you are having a very, very good day today, and I wish you all many great days ahead. So with that, let's dive headfirst right into the questions. Favorite anime meme? I would probably have to say this one right here. What is your single most best experience reading / watching something, book / movie? My best reading experience I think I've had was the Half-Blood Prince from Harry Potter. Now, my best experience while watching something, I see my favorite experience would definitely be, in terms of movie-wise, would be the Rohirrim scene. You know, when Rohan, charged, and you saw in the Lord of the Rings movie 3, when the Rohan finally popped up and they were attacking the orcs and stuff, and you see how they charged in, you hear the music in the background and all that. That probably was one of my best experiences of watching movies as well. Just that one experience from the Lord of the Rings movie, the part 3, that was fucking awesome. Before you got into reviewing anime, was there anyone who you kind of looked up to in the community? Oh, definitely. There was quite a few, actually, chapter reviewers I used to watch all the time. I used to watch King of Lightning, I used to watch Code Provider, and I used to watch For Neverworld, and also Sawyer 7 Mage. I watched all of them before I ever really decided to dive into talking about anime and manga. Worst TV show you've ever seen, could be anime or not. That's the thing, though. When I see a bad TV show, I tend to just drop it, and I just don't watch it anymore, and I just delete it from memory. Worst TV show I have ever seen. There was this one series, I'm trying to remember the fucking name. It's like a sci-fi show. It's a sci-fi show. I don't remember the name. If you know what I'm talking about, then please, let me know. But I'm going to try to describe it as best as possible. There was this TV show. It's sci-fi. I know for a fact it is. And you have it to where there's this, virus going on in this facility in the middle of, the Antarctic or something, or South or North Pole. It's in freezing cold. All you see is ice all around, and it's, this research facility. And apparently this organization finds out that there's, a deadly virus or something has happened, like a contagion. They have to go there, and they have to investigate what's going on in this facility. When they go in this facility, they notice people are starting to have, these lesions, and also they have, this black goo popping out of their mouth and shit and just leaking down. It's really disgusting. It kind of looks like zombies and all that, but then the zombies, we found out it's, some form of bacteria, and, they have a mind or whatever. It's just a very weird fucking sci-fi show. I tried to watch it. I got about 4 episodes deep and all that. And I was like, it felt very bad. The writing to the characters felt very bleh to me. And so, yeah. I mean, you might know the series I'm talking about. I remember it being on Netflix. I remember it was on Netflix. I don't remember the name. If I was to go searching for Netflix, most likely I would figure out the name. Best girl of 2016 besides Rim. Oh, that's easy. Megumin. Megumin from Konosuba. Konosuba, Megumin. Instantly second best girl of 2016. What's the worst thing you've ever ate? When I was younger, I really did not like shepherd's pie. I don't know what it was. I did not like shepherd's pie. I don't know. I just could not stand shepherd's pie. It made me sick. I don't know. I mean, I eventually was able to eat it, but for some reason when I was growing up, I really did not like shepherd's pie. Have you ever read / written any fanfics? No to both. I have never read / written any fanfics. I've heard about them, I've heard stories about them, I've just never read or written any. What's your favorite horror anime? Oh, that's easy. Higurashi. Higurashi is easily my favorite horror anime I've ever seen. What's your favorite Dragon Ball video game of all time? Played a lot of the Dragon Ball games. I played, the Budokai, I played the new Xenoverse game, I played the original Xenoverse, I played, Heroes, I played Legacy of Goku, I played a lot of, the games of Dragon Ball. I really like the style of Legacy of Goku. I love the sprite style of it. But I have to say the most fun I've actually had in terms of just, playing and all that, I would have to say Xenoverse. I had so much fun playing Xenoverse 2 recently, and also in the past when it first came out. And, I've actually recently started playing Xenoverse once again. That's very funny you asked this, because I've recently got back into it to try out, the new stuff that was added, like the new DLC, like Hit that was added, and also Super Saiyan God Goku with, times 10 Kaioken. I decided to, check it out and all that, and I've been having a blast with, you know, the recent stuff of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So yeah, my favorite Dragon Ball video game, I would have to go with the Xenoverse series. Who's your favorite tsundere? Just say Shauna from Shakugan no Shauna. Which manga / anime do you think could work as a live-action adaptation? Monster is something that definitely deserves a live-action. I've heard something about it being in the works of a possible live-action, but I haven't heard anything recently. But something that definitely deserves a live-action would be Monster. That is something that really deserves it, because Monster, it could be done. It definitely could be done as a live-action series, and it definitely could be a phenomenal series. Probably one of the best series, one of the best TV shows of all time. One of them, if it's done properly. I would definitely say Monster deserves one. And another one, Vagabond. Vagabond would be a brilliant live-action TV series. I would love to see a Vagabond TV series and all that. That would be fucking badass. Can I ask you a question? No. Maybe I'm late, but do you like K-pop? I mainly just listen to, you know, Japanese music, you know, game OST and all that. That's kind of the main thing I really listen to. I don't really go out and venture on and trying to, you know, learn different music. I haven't really listened to a lot of K-pop, and nothing really pops in mind of what I remember. And even on top of that, though, I barely remember names and stuff of songs or, you know, artists and all that. I barely remember that stuff. So, to be honest with you, do I like K-pop? I might like it. I'll probably like it, but I haven't listened to enough of it to really have a good opinion of it. So, yeah. Chibit, have you watched Rewrite second season? I couldn't stand fucking season 1. It was complete and utter fucking shit. Hate me if you want. I couldn't stand the pacing. The characters were fucking disgusting later on. It just is something that kept annoying me every time I watched it. It just is like, it's just, I couldn't get into it. I really couldn't get into Rewrite, you know, season 1, and so I have not seen season 2. Question, have you seen the Flash show yet? No, I have not seen it. I've actually heard mixed things about it. I've heard it's good, and I've heard it's bad. Have you heard of Holy Land? I've heard of it. Never got around to it. I've heard from many that have recommended it to me. It's like a godlike series. Like, it's up there with, like, Vagabond, Berserk, and all that. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. I don't know if it's to that level of writing or not, but I've heard Holy Land is pretty fucking amazing. Why do you like JoJo's? Okay, I'm assuming you're speaking of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Why do I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I would say the whole generation thing. That's what really got me into JoJo, was the fact that it's like a typical shonen, but it's done in a very different way than what you normally see from a shonen. You have these generations. For instance, you have this entire character that's introduced with his friends and all that. You have this big-ass arc, this big villain at the end. They're defeated, and then we go to the next generation. The, you know, like, history moves. You have a sense of time while you're watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because, you know, when you watch or read a lot of shonen, you have a sense that, like, time is not really moving. Like, you know, let's think about Dragon Ball, for instance, okay? Dragon Ball Z, when you're watching it, sometimes it doesn't feel like time is really moving that much. And then you can look at other series, maybe like Naruto, like the final arc of Naruto. Time doesn't seem to be moving that much, even though all this shit's going down. And I like how JoJo's Bizarre Adventure feels like that. Time feels like it's actually moving. There's generations, you see characters aging, they're developing, and it just feels like there's time going on. It's constantly moving. It's not stuck in one period of time. And that is why I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's one of the biggest things that really draw me towards the series is thanks to that feeling it gives me. What is / was your biggest guilty pleasure in your life? Probably the time I got this big-ass lava cake in Disney World in Florida. When I was going there to, you know, get some food and shit, there was this big mountain, like brownie lava cake with fudge and shit coming down it. I remember sitting there and eating it when I was like 11 or 12, just eating the majority of all of it, and I felt so good after, like, oh. Like, you know that feeling when your stomach is just so full you can't move? That's how I felt when I ate that. I say that was one of my biggest guilty pleasures I've ever had in my life, was just sitting there eating this big-ass chocolate brownie, like, fudge mountain. It was just delicious. Probably one of my favorite moments in my life. It was so freaking good. Have you ever met any of us, the Chibits? Actually, yes, I have. When I was going to my local Walmart in town, I ran into a Chibit around, like, no joke, 2:30 in the freaking morning. Who is your all-time favorite villain in any media? Movies, games, anime, manga, etc. Okay, so I've already said Sephiroth before, so I'm not going to count the game version. And I feel like anime and manga is too typical because I've talked about this enough. I would say the Joker from the Dark Knight series. The Joker, I could go back and watch that movie right now, and that acting still puts chills up my spine. That was probably the best acting I've ever seen, but also the best written villain I have seen in movies, because just the way the character was portrayed from Heath Ledger. I loved the Joker in The Dark Knight. The Joker was just so scary. I loved his stories. Have I ever told you how I got these scars? To just how, he laughed. To how he's like, hit me, that, and he's just moving, or, how he's just taunting the Batman constantly throughout the movie, or, when he walks in, he just slams the pencil and he crushes someone's head in. Just my favorite villain would definitely have to be the Joker from the movie series. Your favorite moment in high school? I had a lot of good moments, but I say one of my personal favorites. It's not probably the best one. It's one that comes to the top of my head right now, because there's probably better ones I have, just not currently remembering them, because it's been a while since I thought about high school. But my favorite moment from what I can remember right now would be the time to when I was actually called out of class. Like, I was doing, like, math and shit. Oh, I fucking hate math. I can't fucking stand math. I really fucking hate math. I was in the middle of math class, and I was in my, like, junior year about to graduate and all that, and I didn't really need to do much at all because I already had all my credits and stuff. And I remember on the intercoms, like, hey, Jacob, like, the biology teacher wants you. He's like, he wants you into the computer lab and all that. And I went in there, and when I got in there, I thought I was gonna have to do something. I thought I was in trouble or whatever, like I missed something. When I got in there, this man, my teacher, he pulls out a fucking chessboard, lays on the table, he's like, verse me. I'm not even fucking joking. I remember Mr. Ledbetter. That was my teacher, Mr. Ledbetter. This man always wanted me to play chess with him. It was so funny. Just imagine that. Sitting down, the teacher calls you out of math class just to play fucking chess with him. Like, that is fucking hilarious. I mean, I don't know if many of you care about that or even find that funny, but it's hilarious, a teacher calling you out of class just to play a game of chess with them, because they're bored. They're fucking bored, so they call you out of class. That, but yeah, that's one of my favorite moments. There's other ones, but I'm just currently not remembering. But that's definitely one of my personal favorite memories I had in high school. Favorite retro and modern video game series? Oh, okay. Favorite retro would definitely be Super Mario World. I don't know if that counts as being too old or not. So if that's not old or not, I would say Dig Dug. If Super Mario World doesn't count, Dig Dug and modern video game series, I'd like to go with Halo. But at the same time, there's other games I really enjoy too. I'd probably go with the Dark Souls series. Yeah. If it's not the Halo series, it's the Dark Souls series. Chibi, you have to answer this. Have you ever sexually fantasized about an anime character, and which one, and how crazy was the fantasy? I'm done here. I'm fucking done. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live, and leave me questions down below. You'll have a wonderful day or night. Please be safe. Chibi out.